Every artist has in their catalog a song or two that, for whatever reason, there aren't many copies of. It's not lurking in many folders. And so when you start putting stuff together, it tends to fall off the radar and over time becomes like a lost track, so to speak. That's what I've got here. I recently came across a video I made for a song called I Am Me. And it's an interesting tune. It's entirely a cappella, outside of some tambourine and some percussion. And I figured I would pick it apart here for giggles. Let's check it out. Interesting out of the gate. You hear the drum. That's the only drum you're going to hear throughout the song. And then you're going to start to hear some vocal layers creating the background over which I'm going to sing. It's interesting. There was a time when I didn't know I was a caricature from a TV show. I was the top hero from the movie screen. I was the baddest just the one that you've ever seen. Yeah, hey. Interesting lyric, right? There was a time I didn't know I was a caricature from a TV show. The dark hero from the movie screen. The baddest chuckawucka you've ever seen. Think what I was going for there was, as a child, I understood that I was an individual with my own preset data points, and they were being whittled, shaped, and honed by the programming I subjected myself to, which back in the day was The Lone Ranger, G.I. Joe, Captain America, stuff like that. Interesting. Okay, so from verse 1 to verse 2, we don't have a chorus per se. What we have is just this vocal interlude that allows the first verse to breathe by going in a completely different direction. We're not even having any more words at this point. By using the traditional words in the verse and then switching off to sounds and chanting in the bridge, it kind of forces you to digest the lyric, which is cool if you write something that's worth thinking about, I guess. There was a time when I didn't know I was awakened every day just playing the role. But now from up in a crow's nest I have learned. Oh, the years have burned. Second verse, same as the first. Not exactly. Starts out the same. I like that revisitation when it's used well, and here I think I did use it properly. So there was a time that I didn't know I was waking every day just playing the role, right? Now, that seems to be an acknowledgement that I was on cruise control for a portion of life. And if you acknowledge that you're on cruise control, that must mean that you've come off of it. And that second line alludes to that. From up in the crow's nest I have learned, oh, the years, how the years have burned. So we're talking about realizing that, hey, even though I'm in this position that is considered one of the more lowly positions on the totem pole, it has put me in a position whereby I have gained a perspective that has allowed me to break out of the paradigm of having been programmed. And that's a nice way to tie up two very short verses in a song that's not very developed part-wise. We're talking a couple of verses, a bridge, and a chorus that repeats. But for what it does it well in the short span of time that it does it. Two verses, two kind of refrains, bridges. Now we come to the chorus, which is not your typical chorus in that it's not just a repeat the title type chorus, but in it, lyrically, you hear that the breakout is complete. I take back my thoughts today, regain my sovereignty. And you've no power over me. And then, almost as a refrain again, I am free because I am me. So it's not even like a typical chorus. It's almost like another verse with a refrain that contains the title. Interesting way to write. Not your typical cookie cutter rock song, and why I wanted to discuss it. So in closing, just as I mentioned during my review of Ace Frehley's 10,000 Volts, where I mentioned how filler tracks were important to an artist's catalog because they're the deeper, darker recesses, the nooks and crannies of an artist's persona. The hits are what time and fandom will create about you, but the real diehards will cling to stuff like this because it's off the beaten path, and if you know of it, you really know the artist. And that's kind of what this one is here in my 150 songs or whatever. That's where this one kind of sits. It's one of those that it's a rare B-side. Yeah, it's rare because it's not really what I do, but I enjoy doing it, and I hope you enjoy listening to it, and I hope you understand my thoughts about it and appreciate those as well. Yeah. I'll talk to you soon.